I'm Kimberly with Night Lily Design. This Halloween I had decided to recreate my version of the Mord'Sith costume used in the TV show Legend of the Seeker, based on the books The Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. I came up with a slightly different way for attaching the extra long braid that you see the Mord'Sith wear, that I found to be very comfortable and secure, and I think it primarily is going to work with somebody who has hair long enough to pull into a ponytail and have at least, say, a 4-inch tail. To start with, you're going to need to pull your own hair up into a ponytail. Now in my case, as you can see, I have some natural curl that I have to work with, or work against, as the case may be. So I'm going to use a natural bristle brush to slick out any little flyaways that I will have, and there will be some. And I also have a wooden toothed comb, brush rather, that I'll use to slick back any of the bumps that will come up because of the curls. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera for a second, just to get my hair in a ponytail, and then I'll bring it back on for the attaching of the braid. Okay, so I've got my hair in a standard high ponytail. I'm using sort of an ouchless, snag-free elastic. It's like a roll of nylons. You can get it at Walgreens and a couple other grocery stores. Very basic. I have misted my hair with hairspray. I use Bedhead Maxed Out, and then taken the natural bristle brush and slicked the hair back, because I have crazy little bits of hair that frame my face that would be sticking out otherwise. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the fake hair that I purchased from puppycatmeow.etsy.com. The artist's name is Tressa, and she is fantastic to work with. She actually made this hair to match my own color based on photographs. So yeah, she's great to work with, very reasonably priced. So what I did is I actually unbraided part of the braid. So as you can see, it's got a hair tie at the bottom, and it actually came in with probably a tail of only about 4 inches up at the top. But I went ahead and unbraided it. This is probably about 16 inches or so. And you kind of have to experiment with length. And then I went ahead and rebanded it. And now what I'm going to do is actually rubber band this piece to my ponytail. And you will see why here in just a moment. The way that I want to do that is actually I'm going to lay the braid over the top of my head so that I have the little short tuft and my own hair lined up at that hair tie. And I'm going to take an additional tie, and I'm going to join those two. So I have the braid going over the top of my head and the ponytail in its standard position. And I think I'm only going to need about 2 twists for this, because now I've got all kinds of hair in this tie. There. Now, at this point you have these 2 projections. Looks pretty goofy. I'm actually going to take the tail of the braid of fake hair and my ponytail and braid the 2 together. This is going to help support the weight of the braid, as well as, I might have to run a brush through my curls here, they're proving tangly. It'll support the weight of the braid, and it'll help secure all of that extra weight and keep the braided ponytail towards the top of your head. Otherwise, the weight of all that hair would make it want to sag. So now that I've gotten some of those tangles out, let's see if I can't get this parted. So my own ponytail is actually pretty thin. So this actually will give it some extra volume as well. So now I've got it parted, and I'm just going to do a standard 3-strand braid. Bring it around my shoulder here. I'm going to try to keep this braid fairly nice and tidy, because it is actually going to show. I'm going to use this piece. So in this case, if your hair was shorter, say you had just enough for a 4-inch ponytail, you would have to be careful to kind of try to blend your own hair into the ends of the fake hair. I'm rummaging for a hair tie here, excuse me. So I have one more hair tie, so at this point we're at 3, although the braid itself came with one. And I'm going to band the end of this and keep this braid nice and tidy. Again, I only need 2 twists. And now, this piece here, which is going to hang, is going to end up coming through this braid wrap. So, the way that I'm going to do this, let me feel how it's coming off the tie. So I'm going to bring this around and kind of angle it so that it's not hopefully straight up and down, but at a little bit of a slope. And then I will tuck this end under like I'm tying it, which I guess I am. So now there's the ends, and I'm going to just tuck those inside of my ring here of braid so that they're concealed. At least that's the idea. And now I'm going to take a couple of bobby pins and slide it through at the base of the braid and catch some of the hair near the scalp. And it will go towards the ponytail holder that's supporting this whole ponytail. And I've frizzed my hair out a bit, so I'll have to fix that in a second. So I'm just going to put pins in until I feel it's secure. You know, everybody's hair is unique in terms of how slippery it is, how much it weighs, all that kind of thing. So you're going to have to use your own judgment there. At that point I have 3 pins in, and actually I feel like that's pretty good, but I'm the paranoid sort, so I'm going to go ahead and stick a couple more pins in. Just to be on the safe side. Oh, and to shape it a little bit because it's looking kind of lopsided. Glad I looked in the mirror. Go. One more there, and one more on the side. And I think I'll probably take just a couple of pins right at the top here, where this braid is wrapping around the fake hair, just so that I don't have to worry about like a big gap between the two, because I don't really want people to be able to see the hair tie. So there we go. Tuck my pins in all nice and securely and shape that. And that right there is my version of the Mord'Sith hairstyle. I am going to, like I said, take a quick finishing mist of hairspray and the natural bristled brush and attempt to tame some flyaways here. And that should do it. Now you're ready for costume and makeup.